Bryan Alvarez here on Wrestling Observer Live. We are here every day, Monday through Friday, noon Pacific, 3 Eastern, Sunday, 3 Pacific, 6 Eastern, Saturday mornings with Jim Valley, 10 a.m. Pacific, 1 Eastern, Sundays with Andrew Zarian. And it is Tuesday here on the show, and you know what that means? We got a lot to talk about here today. I'm flying solo. Normally Lance would be on today, but he had car troubles. It's still being worked on after like 6 hours. Boy, do I know that problem. And so he's not here today, but he's going to be here Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday as Filthy Tom is unavailable. And so it's you and me, brother. Brothers, sisters. Hey, if you want to text us, help out the show. 425-780-7566. That is 425-780-7566. You can email me at 4wonline@gmail.com. That is f4wonline@gmail.com. F4wonline, Threads, Instagram, and Cameo. Have you gotten a Cameo yet? At 4wonline. And at Bryan Alvarez on X and Blue Sky. So, today we've got to talk about NXT tonight. We got to talk about Dynamite tomorrow. There's an Impact coming up on Thursday. We got Impact news, including, yes, the ratings for the second week of TNA Impact on AMC. We're going to tell you about those. Also, an update on Rey Mysterio, who was injured again on the Raw show last night. We have got updates on some TNA contracts. We got a bunch of news on the Royal Rumble, including who is in it at this point, who is not, and some odds. If you want odds for the Royal Rumble. Talked about it yesterday, but didn't go into detail. Yes, there is a WWE 2K26. I told you guys this, even though the internet was claiming there wasn't going to be one. There is not going to be just one. There's like 15 2K26 versions. So we'll get into those and a lot of other news. Back in a moment with more Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. Granny, what have you got today?
Okay, everybody be quiet, okay?
Okay.
Hey, Google, tell us a joke.
What's the most musical part of a turkey? The drumsticks.
Ba-da-cha.
Hey, Google, you suck.
Well, I am still learning. What should we fix?
The guilt in the response.
Hey, Google, that's enough. Hey, Google.
Shut your hole.
Hey, Google.
Hi there, I'm listening.
Oh,
How
jeez.
can I help today?
Hey, Google. Shut up.
How can I be of service?
No, that won't quit.
God.
Hey, Google. No more. Stop.
This is how the war with the robots begins.
Name the hip-hop group that asked the question, are you down with OPP in 1992?
Granny, I will pay you $100 to read that again, please.
Yeah, can you read more?
Name the hip-hop group that asked the question, are you down with O period, P period, P period in 1992?
You somehow made it better. O period. P
Stop the show
period.
now. We have peaked.
P period.
Please send those edits to Brian's email.
Are you down with O period, P period, P period? On the show, The Big Bang Theory, Leonard and Sheldon are both physicists. What is there? At what?
What the hell just happened right there?
Physicists,
Yes.
Physicists?
Yes.
Yeah. I lost my track.
you lost your crack.
You were at Sisyphus.
In what city was Nipar
Brooks.
Shakur shot and killed?
Excuse me, say that again.
In what city was Tupac?
Two-pack. Vegas.
Check.
Vegas Strip.
Yep.
Join us!
Thank you.
Yeah, you know, we got a trip to the Vegas Strip, by
Yeah.
the way.
You can get shot, too.
Yeah.
No.
Hey, Google, take a nap. Hey, Google, wake up. Hey, Google, are you awake?
Here's a YouTube music station called Are You Awake?
Hey, Google, stop!
Back on the show, Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Live. Solo show today. Hey, let's start with some frivolity. Guys ever get spam emails? I know I do. But I got the funniest spam email I probably have ever got in my life. Are you ready for this? This guy here says, "How's it going?" Which is actually funny because I don't think he actually has really, he clearly has no idea. This is just a random thing sent to people. It's not specifically sent to Bryan Alvarez, or there's no way he would have sent this. "How's it going?" It starts. "If I could book you on 100 podcasts over the next 12 months, would you be interested in speaking? With gratitude," it says. William. You know, the last thing on the face of the planet Earth that I would want to do over the next year is another 100 podcasts? Thank you, William, but no thank you. All right. First off, I want to do an update on Rey Mysterio. Rey Mysterio was injured on Raw last night. They were doing a tag match, and I don't want to get on Austin Theory because I know people get very upset about that. The first part wasn't his fault. He did his move, which is this ataxia or something like that. And Ray takes a bump. There's nothing wrong with the move. There was nobody's fault. But he lands and he grabs his ribs or his stomach area. And so they go to another spot. There was a singles match. It felt like a tag because there was 6 people involved. But anyway, it was a singles match, Theory and Ray. So anyway, Theory, they bump outside. And Ray then sells his knee. And so anyway, probably the reason I thought it was a tag is at that point, 4 other guys got involved. They all start brawling all over the place. And as this is happening, Ray goes back into the ring, and he gets stomped, and Theory pins him, okay? So the second Theory pins this guy, Ray just rolls to his back, and he's grabbing, like, his stomach, his ribs. And they got a big schmoz after the match where Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, they're out there, and Dragon Lee is out there. And anyway, Ray's crew and the Vision, they're all out there. And so the spot is Braun has to proceed to kill everybody. And so Braun starts killing these baby faces one at a time. He spears, where are we here? Get through all of this. He spears Penta, and then he spears Dragon Lee. They're all dead. And the referee, meanwhile, is like, he's literally dragged Ray over to the apron, and the doctor's over there. He's checking on Rey Mysterio. So the heels all come over because Ray is the last guy that's supposed to be speared and killed. So they go over to him, and this ref gets up, and he just like gets it. He's like, "No, get away from this guy. Don't touch him." So Braun Breaker, all right, he turns around. Logan Paul, all right, he turns around. Bronson Reed, all right, he turns around. Well, I don't know if Theory I don't know what happened, but like the ref is telling him, no, the guy's hurt. And Theory grabs this guy and he starts lifting him up. And they immediately cut away. And like somebody must have come over and said, "Let go of him." And they got Ray out of there. And then Braun ends up, I think he speared Penta second time or whatever. But anyway, what we were told this morning is that apparently Ray's going to be all right. I would presume that, like, probably some rib injury or something like that. Ray was gone for 6-8 months with a groin injury from, like, around WrestleMania of last year until, like, I don't know, a month or so ago. And then he came back, and then he had some other minor injury, and now he had another minor injury. So I don't know if he had the same, I don't know if this was the same injury. Like maybe he injured his rib, and then like he got cleared, and then he went in and took the move, and his rib hurt again or whatever. But anyway, he probably will be back soon. But man, this guy's just had one problem after another. I presume his knee is okay. He was kind of limping a little bit after they took a bump outside. But the big issue clearly appeared to be his rib area. So all the best to him, and hopefully he's all right. Javon Evans also is all right. Last week, they did a spot where him and El Grande Americano, they both had the same idea at the same time. They were going to do the duck and shoulder tackle into the ribs, but I guess they both thought the other guy was supposed to do it. And so they both ducked down and they bonked heads. And if you remember watching the show, like Javon seemed okay. Then they went to a commercial break. And when they came back, he was on the outside and he was like holding his shoulder and his arm and everything like that. And I don't know this 100%, but somebody who was there said, I'm pretty sure what happened was he clonked heads and he was hurt, concussion protocol. And they don't like concussion protocol. They don't like talking about concussions. They don't like talking about head injuries. So this person thinks that during the commercial break, medical basically told him, or somebody told him, sell your shoulder, make it look like it's your arm or shoulder, because they didn't want people, they don't like concussions. So anyway, he was taken to the back, and he was cleared. On this week's show, they announced that during the commercial break, of course, because Javon's new gimmick is, I'm the king of the commercial breaks. Nobody sees it except the people watching internationally. He did declare for the Royal Rumble during the commercial break. So you can add Javon to the Rumble. Speaking of the Rumble, they had one thing on the show last night, which we'll talk about later, which was so incredibly stupid. But I'll just talk about it now. Finn Balor went up to Adam Pearce and said that he wanted to be in the Royal Rumble. He wanted to win the Rumble, and he wanted to get another shot at CM Punk's title. And Adam Pearce told this guy, sorry, it's full. There's no room in the Royal Rumble for Finn Balor. So, of course, this is preposterous because we have the full lineup as of right now for the Royal Rumble, and there's only 15 men from both brands that have been announced for the Rumble. Cody Rhodes, Gunther, Jey Uso, Rey Mysterio, Dragon Lee, Penta, Solo Sikoa, Roman Reigns, Jacob Fatu, Bronson Reed, Austin Theory, Logan Paul, Braun Breaker, Javon Evans, and Oba Femi. There's 15 spots left, and Adam Pearce has to say, sorry, it's full, okay? So then later, they're doing a main event of AJ Styles and CM Punk, and of course, Finn Balor runs in, DQ finish in the main event, totally sucked, and then he beats up CM Punk and leaves him laying, so he's not going babyface. He's still a heel. And he lays this guy out, beats him up, and the show goes off the air. There's no announcement of, for example, CM Punk and Finn Balor for the title at the Royal Rumble. No announcement of anything. It just goes off the air with the world champion laid out by a guy who's not on the Royal Rumble show in any fashion. He's not even in the Royal Rumble. That was the closing shot of the go-home show for the Royal Rumble. I was astounded. I mean, maybe they're going to do Finn Balor and CM Punk at the Rumble. If you're going to do that, why didn't this match take place at the top of the second hour, top of the third hour, so that you could announce the match before the show went off the air? I mean, in theory, actually not even in theory, in storyline, it was a match that was made at the beginning of the show. Presumably when the show began, there already was another main event. So anyway, the whole thing was absolutely stupid. But I bring it up because we do have the odds for the Royal Rumble. And these odds are interesting because the top three people that are predicted to have the best shot of winning the Royal Rumble, two of them are obvious. Roman Reigns and Braun Breaker. They're basically tied. Roman has a 36% chance of winning. Braun Breaker has 33%. But in third place, the odds makers have placed Sami Zayn, who at this point isn't even in the Rumble. And according to Adam Pearce, the Rumble is full. So anyway, we'll talk about the rest of these odds after the break. They are odd. Wrestling Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful.
It's Bryan Alvarez and Big Vinny V, and we hope that you enjoy the show.
I do one more time? Huh? I played the entire song before realizing I had not hit record.
I figured as much.
So I had to start the entire show over again. Uh-oh. Is my internet down? My internet died.
Yeah.
All right. Stand by, everybody. Hi, everybody. We're back. And we're just gonna barrel on through, right, Vinny? What do we have on that Facebook thing? Now it says no audio. Jared, do we have audio?
I can hear you.
Honestly, what is going on?
Yeah, we just watched a movie
What
about
is
this.
up with my internet? Lost everybody again. Curry says no problems with the Big Vinny V show.
His words.
Not since the first one.
I was going to say, the very
There have
first
been
one was a
Many
disaster.
problems. Many
Yes.
problems.
We've had quite a few.
Yeah, and you know what I do? I just barrel on through.
Brian.
Barrel on through should be the name of this show. What the hell's going on this week? Like, every single show, something goes terribly wrong. Today, I didn't have the music set to go at first. Then I got it set to go, but I forgot to hit record. Finally, I hit record and got the song going right. Golly. One disaster after another here. We're starting 15 minutes late. I still can't find the video, Jared. Is it up? Where is everything? Granny's joining us here today via phone. We cannot connect her audio or video. It's a blank screen. I don't know what's going on. What are we doing? Should we just quit today? I don't know what the problem is, Granny. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know what's going on. We still have no video. I got a question. Where's the goddamn video at?
You gotta fire Jared.
All right, now it's up. Hello, everybody.
This is the one you told me to do last week, Undertaker plus Psycho Kid.
Okay.
Are you done laughing?
Yeah, we're done.
Yes, Granny, I apologize.
There'll be more.
Then Psycho Sid comes out with blonde curly hair. Hard to pull. Lasts a while before he gets out of it. I had to give that a 10.
A 10.
Oh, wow.
Undertaker won a match and a belt. That's a 10 on the Granny scale.
Victor is still at it more than ever this week, as far as the soaps go.
Hell of a report, Granny.
All right.
That was a 10 on the Granny soap opera report scale.
Okay, just a minute.
Jared, you're forgiven. Instead of suffering through the YouTube chat, click like and subscribe. So, yeah, I don't know what to make of these odds. Roman Reigns, 36.4%. He's in first place. Braun Breaker, 33.3%. So it's pretty much neck and neck. Roman Reigns and Braun Breaker as the odds-on favorites to win. Third place is Sami Zayn, who's not even in the Rumble. And it's full. Fourth is Gunther, who isn't in the Rumble, and it's full. Cody Rhodes in fifth place, 10%. LA Knight, 6.7%. Obafemi, 6.7%. Jacob Fatu, 5.9%. And in last place, well, at least of this top 10, Seth Rollins, who's not in the Royal Rumble. He's not cleared. So I don't know. I don't know who made these odds, but they kind of suck. For the women, in first place, the best chance of winning the Women's Royal Rumble this year, Bianca Belair, 36.4%. That says she would return and win. Liv Morgan, 30.8%. Tiffany Stratton, 11.1%. Rhea, 10%. Roxanne, 5.3%. AJ Lee, 4.8%. Chelsea Green, 3.8%. Lyra, 3.8%. Charlotte, 3.8%. And Raquel, 2.9%. So, not so sure about that. So basically, in American odds, Roman Reigns plus 175, Braun Breaker plus 200, Sami Zayn plus 550, Gunther plus 850, and Cody plus 900. So no clear favorite here, but those are the odds. for the Royal Rumble. And we'll talk more about Raw here in a moment. By the way, the declared women, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, Liv Morgan, Roxanne, Raquel, Asuka, Bayley, Lyra, Jordan, Chelsea, Alexa, Charlotte, Lash, Nia, Julia, Maxine, and Becky. Far as I know, the Women's Royal Rumble, not full. But who knows? Who knows? I want to mention the TNA on AMC ratings. Thursday night's episode of TNA averaged 171,000 viewers, everyone. Nothing? Listen, the debut show with all of that hype did 173,000 viewers, okay? You know, everyone always goes, oh, well, AEW, the Dynamite's lost half of their audience since they debuted. Well, yeah, the very first show they ever did 1.4 million. But it's like the very first SmackDown on Fox did 4 million. And yes, Dynamite is now half of that. SmackDown was half of that by the time they were off Fox. Because the first show is always going to do the biggest number. It's got the most hype behind it. It's been promoted for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks. So when that first AMC show did 173,000, and it was a freaking awful show, just a terrible show, I thought, man, what do you think? Maybe 140, 135, 125? Like, what's that second show going to do? Dear God. Well, as it turns out, the second show did the same as the first. It did basically the exact same number of viewers as the first. It was off by 2,000, but when you're below 300,000, I mean, it basically did exactly the same. Did a .03 in 18 to 49, .04 last time. And, I mean, I don't care what you say. This is a gigantic positive for TNA that they managed to do the same viewers for the second show. How it's going to do week 3, I guess we shall see. But that is a very, very good number, like an astoundingly good number for week 2 of TNA on AMC. They are not currently the number 2 promotion on the planet, but that was a good number. Also, Mr. Elegance has officially signed with the company. Mr. Elegance character debuted this month. It was said the winner of the talent search would receive a 1-year TNA contract. AJZ, Andreas John Ziegler, was unveiled to be Mr. Elegance. He graduated from the Firestar Performance Center in Greensboro 2019. He's wrestled for Ohio Valley Wrestling and other places. And I believe he's actually, I think he's like the cousin of the Nemeths, I think. He's related to, like, Nick Nemeth. So, and actually, once I heard it, I looked at him and I was like, yeah, I can see the resemblance. So I believe that's legitimate. I could be wrong, and he just looks so much like him that he took that gimmick, but I think they're actually related. So anyway, he is signed with TNA. So there was all of these rumors on the internet that there would not be a WWE 2K26. I told you there would be. And in fact, boy, is there. So Gaming Insider reports it is scheduled to be released Friday, March 13th, which is around the time that 2K is released each year. With it coming out in March, I got fleas. With it coming out in March during WrestleMania season, report states that WWE 2K26 will be released PS5, Xbox, Series SX, Nintendo Switch 2, and PC. Not yet known if the game will be available on PS4 and Xbox One. They have confirmed three special editions of the game. We have an Attitude Era edition. We have a Monday Night War edition. And I'm sure he was dragged kicking and screaming, a Triple H-themed King of Kings edition. The official announcement will be made this Friday. which is the same day that pre-orders will go live. Steve Austin, The Rock, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, Kane, Kurt Angle, Chyna, Trish, Lita, Stephanie, and the Dudleys, all on the cover of the Attitude Era edition. Monday Night War cover, Austin, Rock, Undertaker, Triple H, Angle, Chyna, Hogan, Nash, Hall, Booker T, and Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff got on the cover of the WWE video game here in 2026. CM Punk will be the focus of this year's Showcase mode. It's a story mode that spotlights one wrestler, allows you to relive some of their past moments, and play through dream match scenarios. So there you go. Okay, so okay. I'm told that, well, we'll get into that here in a while. I'm going to do some more digging. Somebody fed me a bill of goods. Let's see, what else do we have here? Triple H. Powerhouse Hobbs will be Royce Keys, which apparently is a huge scandal on the internet, as it always is. And listen, every time someone signs for NXT, Kale Dixon, for example, every time we hear one of these names, it's like, Kale Dixon. Well, what's important to remember, and I should remember this as well, but I can't help myself half the time, the talent gets to pick their own names. And actually, this came up recently because Blake Monroe, you know, when she got her new name, she went from Mariah May to Blake Monroe. And, you know, everyone was just outraged. They couldn't believe it. And they were making fun of the name and everything like that. And she was upset because Blake, I believe, is the name of her niece. She chose her niece's name for her new ring name because people choose their names. And so making fun of the Blake name, I mean, she wasn't happy about that because that was the name that she chose as a tribute to somebody that she knew. So it's the same thing. I don't know what the tie-in is with Royce Keys, but Hobbs, that was his choice. So if you want to... listen, if your argument is no one should have to change their names, he should be able to come in as Powerhouse Hobbs, fine. That's great. I'm not going to argue that at all. But if you're going to make fun of the name, you can't blame WWE for the actual name Royce Keys. That's Hobbs' choice. And there's a reason for it. And I'm sure it's important to him. So that's the story on that name. Claudio is heading to Mexico City for a title defense this Friday. He has issued an open challenge. And Zelwa has accepted. And so, of course, he is the CMLL World Heavyweight Champion, Claudio. Beat Gran Guerrero for the belt November 28th. And he's been going back and forth a lot. So that match is coming up on Friday. So I have been told, yes, that apparently, Mr. Elegance is not related to Nick and Ryan Nemeth. That has been denied. So, was it Filthy that told me that? I got to throw somebody under the bus for this story. Somebody told me. Maybe it was Vinny. But anyway, he actually does look, like if you look at him, it's believable. And I think that's probably why he chose the ring name Ziegler. But anyway, apparently he's not related to the Nemeths. Dang it! I'm going to find this out during the break, everybody. We're going to come back for the Raw report, and we'll talk about everything that happened there. There's some good stuff on the show, and there was also some really weird stuff on the show. So in other words, it was a professional wrestling show. Back in a moment, Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. We got a big Elimination Chamber report here. And also Collision from Saturday, which actually was a pretty damn good show in its own right.
I was not told to watch Collision.
Vinny?
I forgot to text him Thursday night. I figured he'd be in bed. I said I'd do it tomorrow. And then Friday I bought a car. I was busy, and I've been forgotten. John comes out, looks into the camera, and says, "There's a vibe in here tonight."
Sure is.
I'll see. Punk's eyes are bugging out of his head. Seth is still there screaming, "Die, die!" And Seth gets his way. Punk dies. John Cena wins. I thought the finish of this was incredible. Great stuff.
God, Travis Scott, Jesus God Almighty. This was exactly like when Hogan used to come to the ring, Dennis Rodman trailing him, and Dennis Rodman was like on another planet. He had no idea where he was at, stumbling to the ring. He had basically have to drag him down there. This Travis Scott was on another planet, dude.
Well, the first time he was on the show was on that Raw show. He was smoking a blunt in the audience.
They go from the hug to a shot of Cena's angry heel face, and they cut right to Rocco, and then he kicks him right in the balls, and the crowd freaked out. The John Cena turned heel. Hulk Hogan, he was getting booed before he turned. It was a risk, but, they were getting sick of the guy anyway. The problem with Steve Austin was he was the top babyface, and there was nobody to replace him when he turned. John Cena's been gone forever. He comes back. It's not like he was going to be the top babyface. They got 50 babyfaces. Cody's the biggest babyface they got. There's no risk whatsoever turning John Cena heel. He's 10 times more interesting now. The Cena and Cody feud is 1,000 times more interesting.
Travis hit Cody Rhodes in the face as hard as he could. I bet that sucked.
This was a big deal, and I didn't see it coming.
You guys need to listen to Observer Live on Friday.
No thanks.
Because some dude called in, all bombastic and outrageous.
Do y'all think that John Cena is going to be the one that turns heel and joins The Rock as his champion?
No chance. And I shot him down. I laughed at him.
Wow.
I said it's not going to happen. John Cena's here to sell tickets and merch as a babyface for his last year. He ain't turning heel.
They need to make shirts for John Cena that just say, "Can you see me now?"
I got to apologize to old Dwayne. I thought that guy was out of his mind. He got me. This is awesome. I cannot wait to see where they go here. Oh, I text him during the break. It's Filthy's fault. He is the one that said he was related to Nemeth. And then I text him about it. I said, was it you that said that they were related? And he goes, yeah. And then he goes, depends on if it's right or not. And then he goes to Wikipedia, and this is his proof. Ziggler's character is a golden boy. An arrogant wrestler thinks he is better than anyone else. In kayfabe, he is also presented as the nephew of Dolph Ziggler. Yes, Tom, do you know what kayfabe means? God. Now I look like an idiot. Oh, now he's sending me an interview. John Ziegler offered to peel the curtain back a little in a recent interview to explain his, quote, relationship with Dolph Ziggler. He clarified that he's not related. Oh, Tom sends me all of this afterwards. You geek. Yeah, I know. God. All right. Should we talk about Raw? He's going to get it. That's why he left for a week. By the time he comes back, I'm going to have forgotten about it. All right. So the Raw show on, what day was it? Monday? Here we go. All right. AJ Styles came out for a promo. Got a huge reaction. A lot of questions if this guy's going to retire on Saturday. So this is what I can tell you. When Shinsuke Nakamura did that social media post where he admitted that AJ had told him last year that he was going to retire at the Royal Rumble, he'd already decided. That was not something that they were putting together to try to fool the internet or whatever, to swerve people. Like, that was a heartfelt message from Shinsuke Nakamura that he quickly took down, okay? So, if you watched the show last night, AJ had some sort of injury or something, and he came back, and man, he was, as the kids say, yoked. This dude was huge and shredded, like the biggest I'd ever seen him. Then for a little while, he kind of, got back sort of to normal. But man, last night on the show, he was back to just being, he was huge and he was ripped and he looked like a guy who was like, this is it. Let's just finish off on a high note and get out of here. Now, with that said, if Saturday's his last match, then this was his final ever Raw match. And man, what a way to have a final ever TV match. Short nothing match with a disqualification finish. It wasn't a nothing match. It was fine. But it wasn't like a blowaway match. And, DQ finish. It sucked. But he came out here and he's thanking everybody and he's telling the story that, yes, I did say that I was going to retire this year. But, I want to go out on my terms. I want to have great matches with all the people I've wanted to wrestle. My back is against the wall, but Gunther, he's not phenomenal. So CM Punk comes out. They go back and forth. And essentially, Punk agrees to give AJ a match tonight on Raw. And AJ says, well, you know what? If I beat you tonight, then after I get through with Gunther, I want to be the number one contender for the title. And Punk says, well, when I won the title, I said I'd be a fighting champion. So if we're going to do this tonight, it's going to be for the belt. And the fans went nuts, and an impromptu match was made for this show. We had Rhea and Io and Stephanie versus Raquel and Roxanne and Liv. I thought overall it was a very good match. The heat was great. There were a couple of spots that were a little bit weird. There was some mistimed codebreaker Russian leg sweep spot that didn't look good at all. And then finally, everyone does a big move on everyone else. Stephanie hits a dive off the post onto Raquel. Liv tries the Oblivion. Roxanne gets a blind tag. And Raquel finally hits Roxanne with the Riptide, gets the pin. Great heat. Fans were going nuts. This was very good. We had the first of the segments involving Finn. He runs into Punk. He thanks him for the match. Punk says, I want to thank you. Takes two to tango. I'm not the best in the world unless I beat the best in the world. But you need to think about what your legacy is going to be. If you want to be champion, maybe you should dump the Judgment Day. You'll never be champion hanging out with garbage like Dom. He says, if you want another shot, win the Rumble. Maybe I'll see you in Vegas. So the Vision comes down to the ring for a promo, and they're talking about the suspension of Braun. They call out Adam Pearce. Adam Pearce comes out. The story is that Adam Pearce got a call last week, and he's worried for his job. And so he basically says, hey, listen, Braun, you're reinstated. You're in the Royal Rumble. Paul, all your guys, they're all in the Royal Rumble. Is there anything else you need? And Paul offers a handshake, and Adam says no. And he says, I want to add one more thing, Theory. If Ray hadn't gotten those brass knucks last week, you might have won. And so I'm going to give you a chance at redemption against Rey Mysterio tonight. That match is taking place right now. So basically, Adam Pearce, he put his hands on Braun first. He did put the brass knucks on the apron that Ray used to beat Theory last week. So he had two strikes, and now he's going to be on his best behavior as a storyline. So we talked about the Ray versus Theory match and the aftermath, and as noted, Ray appears to be okay. There was, Austin Theory did get the win, and it was fine. I mean, I have no idea why all of a sudden Austin Theory is like everyone's favorite wrestler, but, he didn't do much in this match, to be honest. He was just kind of there. Got his win, but that was it. They cut to a Natty promo. She is now Natty. Natalia's dead. She did a social media post of her urinating on Natalia's grave as Natty. Standing as well, I might add. We had Raquel yelling at Bailey and Lyra backstage. And she was looking for Pierce, got attacked by Stephanie. It was broken up. We had a sit down with Gunther. It's Michael Cole and Gunther. And Michael Cole goes, why not just have a rematch with AJ? Why'd you make him put his career on the line? Gunther goes, well, if it's bugging you, you don't get it. I gained nothing by beating this guy again. Now I have something major to gain. I can beat him and take his career. Cole says, AJ just wants to finish his career. He just wants to entertain the fans, face his old rivals, rob the fan. Why do you rob the fans? Why do you, Gunther, rob the fans of these moments? And he's like, I am sick of hearing this. I'm sick of these old-timers trying to take moments that they should belong to me. So I took moments from Goldberg, from Cena, and I'm going to do the same from AJ. He wants this beautiful retirement tour. That's taking away moments from me. You're an old-timer as well. I could end your career right now, but I won't. Because Saturday, I want you to sit there at the Rumble, and I want to hear you call that match and say the career of the phenomenal AJ Styles is over. And he cackled. He made sure to mention when it comes to Cena, all anyone talks about now is how he gave up to me in his final match. I was like, you're right. This Gunther's a hero. Finn then tells Pierce that he's declaring for the Rumble. That's when Pierce tells him it's full. He leaves. Liv runs into him. Says, "Oh, hey, what are you showing respect to Punk for? Raise your hand like a participation trophy." He's telling you to leave the Judgment Day. He doesn't want you to win that title. Judgment Day does. We're your family. And Finn says it's not as straightforward as you think. Let me figure this out. Then we had New Day, Alpha Academy, American Made, and Los Americanos in a four-way, with the winners getting a shot at the tag team titles. And, like, the New Day was fine, and American Made was just kind of there, not all that impressive. Los Americanos did fine. But, like, the stars of this match were Alpha Academy, Tozawa and Otis. They get the heat on Tozawa. He gives a hot tag to Otis. Otis runs wild. He's just, like, killing everybody like he's Vader. Tags Tozawa back in. Tozawa, big dive, big dive, big dive, flying all over the place, looking awesome. I'm watching this going, golly, these guys look great. So clearly Tozawa's getting pinned here. Turn around. Tozawa hits that senton off the top. Pins Julius Creed. Otis and Tozawa, #1 contenders for the World Tag Team titles. I thought this was great. Something new. We had a Becky promo. She's burying everybody. And then Kyrie shows up. And Kyrie goes, Becky! Kyrie's got Asuka right next to her. Says, Becky, you're not going to win the Rumble because nobody is ready for Asuka. And Becky looks at her and he goes, I'm ready for Asuka. I've beaten Asuka many times. In fact, we would have won War Games if it wasn't for you and Asuka. You guys lost it for the team. Tell Asuka that. So Kyrie turns to Asuka, who is right there, and she begins explaining this to Asuka in English, at which point Asuka screams, I heard her! And she says, I'll see you in the Royal Rumble. These two are awesome. Had some more segments here. We had a Vision meeting backstage. This was classic. Logan Paul says, I have an idea for the Royal Rumble. All of us, we're going to work together. We're going to eliminate everybody. And we're going to make sure that one of us leaves as the winner. Like, wow. That was an incredible plan you came up with, Logan Paul. They all then agree that the man who should win is Braun Breaker. Main event was Punk and AJ for the world title, conceivably AJ's last Raw match. And it was a solid match. We won tables chance. It was nothing like CM Punk versus Finn Balor, and it was nothing like AJ Styles versus Shinsuke Nakamura. It was just a match. It was quiet enough at points so you could hear one single solitary fan scream, Chicago Blackhawks suck! And everyone around him laughs. And then finally, AJ hits the Pele. They brawl towards the corner. And Finn Balor runs in for the disqualification. This almost irritated me as much as the NXT booking of Javon Evans in the last 2 years. Because twice now. Like, how many times? It's not like it once, it's twice. Twice in the last 6 months, Finn Balor has once in NXT and once in his hometown. He made an appearance, but he was a babyface Finn Balor. He had his old music. He had his old entrance. He worked as a babyface. And both times it was like, oh my God, this guy's one of the best wrestlers in the world. It's overflowing with charisma. What is he doing in the Judgment Day? And they did it again last week. And I thought, you know what? Somebody's got to figure this out. Finn Balor needs to be a babyface, and he needs to get one last big push. Nope. He's a heel. Attacked CM Punk. Beat him up. Stood over him. The go-home show for the Royal Rumble aired with a man standing tall who's not on the show. I don't know what's going on. I was baffled. And that was that. We also had a moment. Lance is upset he can't be on the show to rant about this. But during the main event, AJ hits CM Punk with the Styles Clash. He hits him with the Styles Clash, his finishing move. He makes the cover. CM Punk barely gets his shoulder up. And Michael Cole, his brain just glitched. And he said, you have to wonder if AJ is playing possum, trying to lure the champion in. What? He hit him with his finisher, almost won. And Cole's call of the move was, I wonder if AJ is playing possum and trying to lure the champion in. Maybe Gunther should have done us all a favor. Back in a moment, Observer Live. Just a quick note before this free video. If you click like and subscribe, I'd be very thankful. Let's do this unnecessary censorship.
Talk about your Psalms, talk about John 3:16. Austin 3:16 says I just your ass.
That was terrible. Horrible. They weren't the Heart Foundation. They weren't the British Bulldogs, okay? They're two geeks. And this celebration these guys did.
Oh.
I mean, they're like, Sean, give me brother. Yeah.
A place like that?
You two dorks. That's what you did. Why are you so excited?
Because they're awesome.
Okay. That was better than the first one.
It picked up at the end there.
Yes.
Unnecessary censorship.
He beat him. And 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 he beat him. I'm sweating.
Time to stop.
And he beat him.
Was this edited?
And then he beat him. And he
don't
beat
think
him.
so.
I actually wore that shirt. It just says he beat him. He beat him. He beat him all the way down. Like,
All the way down, you say?
I dropped her off at camp, and the camp counselor just looks at me. She goes, he beat him and beat him. I was like, gag gift.
Brian, would you for me again this week? It's too hot to do much.
That's true. It is too hot to do much.
I guess I just better do it because it came up for me.
I'll wait.
It won't come up again. It's pretty short, so I'll just do it. Yeah. Now I gotta find it back.
Okay.
It isn't
Dale, I'm
coming
gonna
up.
kill you. How about you just it? Okay.
Ouch.
What else we got, Vinny? I hope that Granny licks her finger to turn the page. Lick that finger. There'll be
Page
an
2.
unnecessary censorship coming up. Lick that. Okay, let's see. Unnecessary censorship.
So Oro Ethan after the match and gets his ass just into the earth.
Vinny.
And Ethan is leaving, holding his all confident. And then Oro just comes back to life, and now he Ethan's ass.
Oro jumps him from behind.
Yep.
Then he his ass after cheap shotting the guy. Haha. That was interesting. That's quite unnecessary. Instead of suffering through the YouTube chat, click like and subscribe. In the show, Bryan Alvarez here, Wrestling Observer Alive. Tomorrow, Lance will join us on the show, and probably on Thursday and Friday as well. Although well, we'll talk about that later. Anyway, tonight on the Bryan and Vinny show with Granny, Craig, and Sean, it is still, for the time being, we got like 3 weeks left maybe, 20 years ago on TNA Impact. And once we've caught up with the archive from 2006, we probably will move on to a potpourri, a month of this, a month of that, a month of this, a month of that. And a lot of people are really wanting us to cover the AAA show, AAA Weekly Television. I've had a lot of people that seem to really like that show. More and more people are asking us to review it. So if you have thoughts, certainly let me know. Any way you can contact me, the board, Twitter, f4wonline@gmail.com, et cetera, et cetera. Let me know what you want to see, because there is no one answer. I don't know if you guys have figured that out or not. There's nothing we can choose that everybody will love. So therefore, we have to do our best. We have to barrel on through, much like we did today on this program, when I found out at the last second that these blokes couldn't fix Lance's car on time. I felt that pain recently, in fact. Tell you guys about my windshield? Anyway, we got to wrap it up, everybody. I'll be back later on tonight, as noted. And tomorrow, Observer Live, Observer Radio. And I'll let you know about After Dark tomorrow, because we had a guest scheduled that they can't make it. So I think I will still be doing a show. But I also have my quarterly dentist appointment tomorrow. That's always fun. So anyway, lots to get into. We'll talk to you next time. Wrestling Observer Live.